it's Azel2012 back with you again with some Overflow gameplay using the 5.7 with no attachments and the awesome Dragon camo. So, I got a story to tell you guys. Figured I'd share this with you. Kind of interesting, funny story. Wasn't funny at the time, way funny now. I told you guys a story a while back. It was one of the first videos I ever put out, the Don't Tase Me Bro story. I'll link that in the description so you can go back and take a look at that video if you're new to the channel. And I told a story. The Don't Tase Me Bro video was about how my old roommate got stabbed in the neck with a beer bottle. This story is about how I was stabbed by a crazy crackhead one night. It's not as serious as it sounds, but still, bear with me. So, a group of friends of mine and I decide we're going to go out drinking one night out in the Highlands of Louisville. A bunch of bars down there, pretty cool ones. Some hipster bars that suck, that just need to be burned down. Wearing girl pants and beards and smelling bad and not taking baths. It's just disgusting. But I digress. So we're all out, and we're drinking, and I am very drunk, which happens when you drink. So I'm super drunk. This guy, oh, I didn't get him. Whatever. So I'm really drunk. I've had a whole bunch of whiskey and coke, and my friends say, hey, let's go to the gas station, grab some munchy food, and we'll walk back to the bar. It's just a couple of blocks. So off we go. And we go to a gas station, and I get one of those nasty, disgusting little breakfast burritos that gas stations sell. Like, you know, the kind of food that it's questionable not only to eat it, but just to look at it. Like, you might get like herpes in your eyes if you just look at it. And I buy this nasty burrito, and we're walking back, and I'm eating it. And we get close to the bar. One of my friends didn't go with us. He's still hanging out there, and he is having a rather heated argument with what can only be described as a stereotypical crackhead. You know, real skinny guy wearing nasty clothes, scratching and bouncing up and down in place. Obviously a fucking crackhead. Now, I'm not going to explain why he was arguing with this guy because it's not relevant and it was pretty stupid. So I decide in my drunken stupor that I'm going to fight a crackhead. I'm going to whip this crackhead's ass. I don't know if you've ever seen Cat Williams' stand-up comedy, but in one of his stand-up comedy specials, he talked about how you can't whip a crackhead, you whip his ass, he just jumps back up. Dudes don't feel any pain. And this was the case. So I go up to this crackhead, and I start some shit with him, and I start trying to swing at him, and this dude is just far enough out of my reach that I can't hit him. And I'm a big guy, and this dude's fast, so it just looks ridiculous. I'm also wearing a brand new shirt that I just bought that day, and it is a white, long-sleeve, nice dress shirt, button-up. Very nice shirt. I like it. Good shirt. I still have the shirt, but it's brand new, and it was like a $30 shirt. And this crackhead pulls out, like, a box cutter and starts swinging it at me. Like he's going to cut me, which, of course, because I'm drunk, doesn't faze me. And I get even more pissed off than I already was before. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this crackhead. I'm going to beat his ass anyway. I don't even care. I'm going to whip this crackhead's ass. So, I proceed to try to get him and cannot get him. I end up chasing this crackhead for blocks down the road, for like 6 blocks. And at one point, I grab a hold of him. I snag him by his shirt with my left arm, my left hand. And I grab him, and as soon as I grab him, he comes over top of my left arm with that X-Acto knife and just lays into me with it. And it doesn't even hurt. You know, I'm thinking it's probably because I'm drunk, right? I just destroyed those dudes. But he ends up stabbing me with this X-Acto knife, cutting me with it. And I'm wearing a white shirt, and I've been drinking, so I'm bleeding like crazy. And I'm bleeding through this brand new shirt that I just got, and I'm so pissed off about it. And I look down and I see the blood, and it's not a ton of blood, but it's more blood than I would expect to see. So I'm thinking, shit, this crackhead has cut me. I'm gonna have to get stitches. There's no telling what sort of nastiness he may give me. It's probably going to be worse than what the burrito would give me. And the burrito comes back in play in a minute. And so I'm freaking out. While chasing said crackhead, I also roll my ankle. Just roll it, just twist the hell out of it, probably sprain it. And it hurts a little bit, and I know that since I'm drunk at this time, and it hurts, it's going to be real bad tomorrow when I'm sober. I'm just thinking, oh, this is awful, this is going to be so bad, and I'm pissed, right? Because this crackhead kind of got the best of me. And I'm bleeding all over this brand new shirt. And nothing's working out in my favor this night because I should have been able to just stomp this crackhead's ass. And I didn't. So I'm a little hurt. I'm a little butt hurt. My pride's a little hurt. And I look at my shirt and I see the tear in my shirt. And I pull the sleeve up and I look and I see this cut that's about as long as a fingernail, right? It's like just a little over an inch long and it's not very deep. However, it was deep enough that still today, and this has been 3-4 years ago that this happened, maybe a little bit longer, but it's long enough, or it was deep enough that it actually left a little bit of a scar. But I have a scar from when I was a kid and got the chicken pox that is bigger than it, and it's right next to it, so it's kind of shameful. So of course everybody hears that Mark got stabbed, and they're like, oh God, he got stabbed, we're going to have to take him to the hospital before he dies. And I did not get stabbed so bad that I had to go to the hospital. Spraining my ankle was far worse. Far worse. Now, during the altercation with this crackhead, I handed my delicious herpes breakfast burrito off to a friend of mine and said, hold this shit. I'm gonna whip this dude's ass. And during the fight, my friend throws the breakfast burrito at the crackhead, trying to hit him with it. And I thought it was just like the craziest thing I'd ever seen. That I'm sitting here trying to fight this guy, and a breakfast burrito comes flying at his head, and it misses him, just barely misses him. So, moral of this story is, well, multiple morals. First moral, you can't whip a crackhead. You can't even catch a crackhead. Alright, so let's go that way. Second, if you're really drunk and you think you should fight somebody, don't. It's a dumb idea. You might get stabbed, you might ruin your brand new shirt. This isn't something you want to do. You want to go out with your friends, you want to have a good time, right? You want to have some drinks, you want to enjoy yourself, you want to not get stabbed, you want to not get into fights. Well, this night I decided getting into a fight was probably a good idea. Very stupid. So, don't do that. Take it from me. Considering my old roommate also got stabbed and I got stabbed and there were 4 people living in that house, there was a 50% chance that you could get stabbed if you lived with me. And that made people laugh a lot. Looking back on it, it's a pretty funny story. I ended up being on crutches for weeks after that, and it sucked. So, here it is, 35 and 14 on Overflow. Thanks for watching. You guys have a good one.